Okay, I think we're back, or we're starting for today. I managed. I just put up the post on Instagram. I don't know who's gonna join today. But I managed to connect the iPad, and I can do this. So I'm gonna keep working on the stamp. But first, I gotta do something real quick. Which is so I want to transfer this. Remove all that. And then make, is this the border we're working with? Yes. I want to make it as wide as possible. Hi, sweetheart. Make it as wide as possible so we can kind of work with it. So yeah, make it as wide as possible so I have like the most playing room. So I'm gonna export this and take it into Procreate. Stamp border. To kind of play around with it today a little bit. That is one of our biggest to-dos of the day. So I do want to get that done, or like a good idea. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it can be like better-ish, I would say. So if my computer decides to send it to my iPad, that'd be great. There we go. So let me open Procreate real quick. Here, look at this transition. Ready? Boom, we're in Procreate. So that's where most of today we're gonna be working. So again, I kind of wanted to do it's not working. Oh, don't say that. Okay, cool. It does have battery. Again, I wanted to do like a bird of paradise motif. Something like this. And kind of alternate that. I should have done that on its own layer. We'll copy and paste it and flip it vertically and horizontally. Oh, I think I nailed it on the first try. And then yeah, just alternate that pattern. Obviously I have to clean it up a bit, like here on the edges. So I'll keep working on one, like a single one. So let me delete this one, and then copy this one again. And we'll create a new layer and kind of work off of this one, because I do want to give it a bit more character than this one. Ish. Something like that. Also, can you hear the music? I got... Ooh, probably not on this one. So... I could do this. Hold on. Mac audio capture. And that should be picking up... That should be picking up... like the lo-fi girl beats. Hopefully it's not too loud. Lo-fi girl beats. I can pump it up a little bit. I just don't want it to get too loud, so tell me if it's too loud at any point. Perfect. Thank you for joining me, sweetheart, for today's stream and being my co-pilot here. So let's keep working on this. The idea is to obviously create a pattern out of this that we can easily duplicate. And then have it kind of exist. So let me talk a little bit while we do this. So right now I'm trying to figure out like the beak situation here, because obviously a bird of paradise is like an actual flower, has like a profile like that. This is a mock-up for the stamp. So I don't know if you remember, yesterday we talked about the stamp border, and kind of, I can go back here, and kind of the idea of creating a pattern for this, a pattern that kind of repeats like this across the border. Okay, so that's what we're doing. See, I got professional. I have transitions. I can easily like move things around. It's great. This is a good setup. So yeah, traditionally like this is more of like a profile we would be working with, but I want to give this like a little bit more shape. So it would be something like this potentially. Or like this. It just kind of like yin and yangs. And then we can copy that and like do it all like across this stamp border. And then there's gonna have to be like something in the corners. This one is gonna be the special corner. There is gonna have to be something there, and something here, and something here. But more likely than not, this corner will also be like something special. But yeah. I'm not very like sold on how sharp this is. So I'll just take it back a little bit. I really do think we kind of nailed it on the first go. It's a good like shadow. My problem is the back half here. Okay, yeah. Let's see. So what I'm gonna do is finish it, like kind of color this one in and put it on one side and test out the pattern. I polish this one up and see what the pattern. So that looks pretty nice. I do think that looks pretty nice. So in this one we would flip it like this, and then it would be something like that. Now the problem with this one would be kind of, let me duplicate this one so we don't lose that. The problem with this one would kind of be like where, yeah. So the problem with this one would be kind of like how, oh my god, would kind of be where how the next ones would go and how it would look when it's scaled down like this. Because this has a lot of detail for what is essentially a lot of empty space, if that makes sense. So the more you zoom out, the more detail you're gonna lose. But we can just keep testing it until and that starts to not look like Birds of Paradise and starts to look like something else, if that makes sense. I'm thinking out loud. Or not thinking, I'm thinking silently to myself. Okay, so let's like reinvent this idea. Let's take this and like reinvent it. Because going back to the original source, what I think I closed the tab accidentally. Oh no, it's here. So this is like a pretty big design. Like these leaves are pretty big and they're recognizable and they're simple. So it kind of has to be something like so, where we can split the border a little bit, and then do like alternating, maybe like this is one flower, 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 and so on. Maybe that might be the best course of action for the pattern. And then in this blank space can exist the little kind of orangey parts that a Bird of Paradise has, and that kind of creates like a flip-flop pattern like that. That might be a good idea. I kind of like that idea. So I'm gonna proceed with that. So it has to be symmetrical, first of all. And honestly, this might be kind of easier to do. Let's see. Because I might just draw it here and then transfer like this basic design to Photoshop to kind of do it there. But the idea, let's do this. So we'll create a central line. We'll copy this one again. And then kind of create a mock of this one specifically. So again, the idea would be to do something like this. Or maybe that beak is like too up pointy. Because then if we duplicate this one and we flip it, no. And we flip it like that and then put it like here, then this creates a lot of empty room, like under and over. So we would have to eliminate that. It would have to be sort of like that. Clive the Kiwi from Animal Shell or Lindenberg. Clive the Kiwi. So this is where, like, looking for references, I guess. I think this might be too pointy. I have never seen this character before. That's funny. I don't know who that is. He's kind of scary. Slay. Okay, I'm getting distracted. And then there's Clive. Are these the same characters? He does not look like me. That's not funny. Damn. Got ops in the chat right now. They have to be around the same character. Is that Jimmy Fallon? That might be Jimmy Fallon. Okay. It's gonna do that every time I try to log off. So I might move this to Photoshop. Cause yeah, I'm gonna have to create like a vertical kind of guide. Actually, no, I don't need Photoshop for that. I can just do this. Where is it? Pressure, canvas. Here it is. So drawing assist, editing guide, symmetry, but then I kind of put it here. No, because that's gonna cause a problem. This might be better. And if we, oh no, that's not straight anymore. I think something like that might work. So then I guess we can work on like the individual cubes like this, because then this corner would have its own thing. Then we would start here, and hopefully like a cube design within that line would be fine. Like this. I know we have a guide there, but it'll make it easier. Okay. So, yeah, we would have to do something like so we have like here pulled up some like reference images. So obviously those are more like the actual flowers are more pointed with a round top. And then they have these orange flowers, which I guess are the actual petals of the flower. And we have to repeat that pattern somehow. I'm just drawing like an idea. It could be something like that. Or it could be something like this. Like sideways. How do we feel about that? Because my problem is, how is that gonna look when it's all put together? So let me do something. Let me copy this one. Because the idea is that they're all uniform, or as much as possible. So let's copy this one, and then do kind of the same treatment where we just like move it slightly. Soft center. Honestly, that's not bad. Then let me do this, merge down. Do that and copy it, and just like slide it up. So like something like that. But I'm also starting to think that the board, oh, I have not been on the right page. Oh, wow. Something like that. This is what I was doing. Sorry. So, just like a pattern like that, and like the more it scales down. But ideally, obviously, it would be like a full screen. And now looking at this, I think I made the border too big. I think this border is too thick. So I would have to reduce that. But I just want a pattern. What we're doing today is creating a pattern. Like a working pattern. Something that's both simple and elegant, like this. But that works on our stamp design. Because obviously there's like simple geometry here that happens. Hi John. Yeah, we're looking for basic geometry like this. What I am gonna do is go back to Photoshop and make this a little bit thinner, not that much, like that. And then I had pulled up a still, no, not there. Where was it? Oh, I think I put it away. I don't have a still, never mind. Because I cleaned up from last time, I cleaned up the computer. So it's not that big of a mess. So let's just pull one out right now. It does, like, it's not that big of a deal. So let's pull out this one. Let's take a screenshot of this. Cannot play that. So So we'll pull a screenshot of that and then take that in here and see immediately this is off. Our dimensions are off. Good. It's good that we're finding this out right now. So the border would cover this. And it would go... Oh no. What's happening? Yeah, it would cover the entire thing like this, right? And then Simone would be in the corner. This is the oval. Simone would be there in the corner. This would all move practically. So the border would be that. But we could also do something like this, where the frame isn't exactly like fully there, like the stamp border. And then this could be like something else. Like that texture behind it could be something else. I kind of like the way that's looking right now. So again, it's just finding a pattern for that, and that's what we're trying to do, and create. Now, another big question that I have right now is thinking about kind of what the what I want the color to be, because right now we have it red, but that's because we took that red from the reference image. But in the animatic, Simone's stamp is like a yellowish orange ish. So the question is, what color do we want? But we shouldn't get too distracted. I don't like that I have to do that every time. So we kind of have decisions to make. So one, we figured out scale and precision. That's one thing we had to do. Now we have to figure out color scheme, because that's important. And then we'll go to pattern, and I'm putting them in order of like this. We figured out what kind of figured out what the what the composition of the frame's gonna be, so that's good. And then that helps us kind of think about that helps us think of how thick the frame's gonna be and the position of everything, and this will help us visualize it a little bit more. So then we have color and scheme, which we're gonna look at in a second, and then we'll go back to the pattern. So the reason I want to go back to color scheme is because here we have to be consistent with what the idea here is for the stamp, and like the shells, right? Each shell has a color, and we don't want to clash that, and we kind of want to complement it, and keep things consistently thematical, I guess, because these shells, we still haven't decided how this is gonna be presented, but the colors of the shells are gonna be shells. I keep saying shelves. Of the shells are gonna be like relatively similar. So what I'm going back to is, this is a stamp that says Correos de Venezuela, but then the stamps around here would have to be something else, because if we're doing this, then this would have to be like a stamp of the coast we're at right now. And I think in the script that's Curaçao. So we're gonna do Curaçao stamps. And I kind of want to look at some reference pictures. I really love this. This looks very nice. Am I on the right page? Yes, I am. Okay. And I really like that font there. And that's something that we can transfer. So I'm going to save that one. I'm going to save these ones. And this is kind of good because I like this. See, this is good for what we were talking about, like here, like what could be like filling this in betweens, and like the webbing we talked about yesterday. This is a really good point of reference for that. So I think this stamp is doing a lot. Now, in terms of color, we have a blue shell, we have a reddish kind of shell, and then we have a brown shell. Oh god, I'm so sorry. And then we obviously have that sand background. So what I'm leaning on is actually change the color of the blue shell. Change this blue shell, and then make this a blue border. The idea is then this shot here has like the beach and the sun and the sky, so there's like those two blues there, and then it has the sand. And when we come here, I think the red would be nice because the red looks really nice. But if we kind of turn this into a, let's pull this one so we can pull the actual blue here. So if we pull this blue from here, like this exact one, then there's like sort of consistency with kind of like balancing colors. And honestly, I wouldn't use this exact blue. I would kind of like fine tune it to be a little bit clearer, like that, or like that, something like that, if that makes sense. And this is all subject to change, but the more we work on like what we're doing now, we can make more informed decisions. So I am gonna transfer this like Curaçao thing, like this Curaçao font. I really like that. I really do like that. So that's gonna be like, that's gonna stay. And now it's creating infrastructure for what we're doing here, which is add these borders. It's interesting that this has double border and then it doesn't continue down. And same with this. And you kind of would have to see it end there, but it's omitted from there. And then there's this own individual line, and there's these grid lines. So that's interesting. Okay, I'm gonna stop thinking about color for a little bit and then move on now to like keep working on the design. This is a good insight for kind of understanding how my brain works, because this is kind of insane. I can just do this. Hold on. wasting my time. So we'll keep it at 112 for both. And then make that tiny. Let's see it. So there would have to be another pattern that goes in there. That goes into that one. But we can copy and paste this. Because I really do like those corners. And then we kind of have more of a zoo. No, they would have to be. Forget everything we just did. So for streams for now, I think 100 would be fine. Yeah. So a lot of what the streams are gonna be for now is just kind of asset creation, and doing a lot of what the dirty grunt work is for the film. So again, just like we're working on this stamp. It's already been like 42 minutes. Oh god. Where's the lock? I'm tired of that. Let's go for big screen on this. Oh my god. It's selected. A lot of the work is like the grunt work, creating assets, doing Photoshop, Procreate, and just constantly having to be looking at that. So this would have to be reduced and kind of placed there. Let's switch this back to this blue. And then create that webbing there that Kurosawa stamp had, and then that decorative banner that it had. But Simone would rest right here. A lot of it is, again, just creating assets, and hopefully soon we can start working on like editing the film and actually animating the film, which hopefully is exciting. What's the weight on this? 849, and this is 849. So we'll do just 8 for the line, but you can still see it. There we go. So I do want to keep a lot of the design principles of, a lot of the design principles of the reference stamp, since that's that's what I liked. And then just decorate off of that. I keep copying and pasting these, but I don't see them pasting. Probably I'm not doing anything here. There we go. So yeah, keep a lot of those. There's a way to copy things, like drag and like create. No. Okay. Not time to rediscover like shortcuts. This one we're gonna turn it to 0. has to go straight. Boom. So, I just realized what I was doing wrong. Okay. So, a lot of these I'm gonna like organize later. I should probably be organizing as I go. Let's lock this one too. I'm tired of that one movie. I don't know if it's just me or if that's peeking a little bit on that corner. It kind of is peeking a little bit. But it's because it's not. Let's do this. Yeah, that should work. Oh, now this one moved. And this one moved. Okay, I see that they're not great down there. So I'll go fix that in a second. In just a few minutes, I'm going to be taking a break because I'm gonna continue working. I think today's stream is gonna be a little bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was an hour just to kind of test the waters, but today look at that. Why is it doing that? It's just a visual glitch. Yeah, we're gonna keep working today. We have a good foundation of what this is. I think I'm gonna add another. It's kind of bothering me that that's visually glitching like that. We're gonna add another set of lines here. So just like more thinner ones. On the outside, we're gonna keep working on this. And I start adding like clean webbing to this and like those flourishes that we talked about, like in the corner. I'm still debating whether I want to add like a number or something like that, but yeah, I am gonna take a 3-minute break, and I will be back in a moment, so stick around. Okay, I'm back. So I just opened the chat again, and I got a message from Juan, my dear friend, asking me about talking about the inspirations for the style, um, because of the whole concept of the stamps. It has not answered be It has not been answered before. I don't think we've had many questions answered. In fact, more questions have been created than anything. So, John, if you're still around, I can kind of talk a little bit about it, and I'll pull up. Hi, Ryan from Brazil / Epcot. I can talk a little bit about the idea of where this stamp concept originated for me. Because this, so Folklorico, I don't think I've answered. I don't think I have answered this on stream either. But Folklorico is kind of like a very personal film about that search for answers as an immigrant, as a person in exile, and when I was developing the folktales that would kind of go into the film, because there wasn't really any actual folktales that I gravitated to or that existed. There seemed to be a lack of them, so I started thinking and developing, and then I stumbled upon the story of Simon Bolivar, who he himself was exiled from Venezuela multiple times during the fight for independence. So that created the first folktale that's Bolivar and Cangrejo like meeting up in Simon's various points of exile. And originally, I mean, that was just the idea on paper, and to then take that into execution, I think we kind of decided that it would be cool to experiment with a lot of different styles for them, especially since there are 4 chapters of that specific folktale. And the first one, I thought it would be interesting to kind of introduce that idea of everyone's from somewhere different, and everything has like a long storied chain of history attached to it. So stamps really do, visually, stamps get that message across so easily, because stamps thematically, you can see they're very real objects that you can see in letters and everywhere, and they're just very recognizable iconography that you can recognize as this came from somewhere. And then slowly that idea developed into, okay, Simon and Cangrejo exist in their own individual stamps that kind of mark them as from a certain place. And I think it's just such a beautifully simple way of showing that. And then it's just like after that you start playing around a lot with the concept, and then you get somewhere like this stamp border that's based on like this stamp specifically, where now you're playing with composition in film and colors, and just there's room for so much exploration there in a design kind of way. But yeah, that's kind of where the concept of the stamps come from. If that answers the question at all. And now back to work. I was thinking as let me put this here so I don't miss any more Stamp merch very soon. Stamp merch very soon. I wish I had the camera on. Actually, I'm gonna try to do something real quick. I don't have my camera on, but I can do this. Sorry for the downtime. So let me move to this real quick, so I can. Due to the lack of face cam for now, I'm just resorting to having to do something like this. So this is a picture I just took. I bought a linoleum print block to kind of test out that idea of stamp merch. So as you can see, I drew a stamp and the design inside is bending. But this will be something. I also thought about like just doing this, although it would be a very waste of this block, but it would be reused a lot. So I would just use this as a border, and then I can get rubber stamps and that go in between, and this is just like a repeated pattern. And that could be a shirt, that could be tote bags, that could be anything. So there is stamp merch coming. Everything handmade as always. That's kind of the mentality in this household. Let's continue working on this frame. So before I left on my quick break, I said that I wanted to make secondary lines to this that are thinner, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So if that's an 8, I think a 3 would be fine, because I do want it to be significantly thinner. Yeah, that does work. So like that. That looks off. What is it? Okay, wait. 2 pixels, and let me do this one. Doesn't mean like 2. No. I actually don't know how to do this in an efficient way. Okay, whatever. I'm going to transfer this to Procreate, because I feel like now it's time for like personal flourishes. So I'm going to export this as, oh no, something else I was gonna do before. I did want to revert back to this original red, and I know I'm flip-flopping a lot, but the idea is that this Bolivar is gonna be this color. He's gonna be this like orangey, like yellow. So when he is kind of placed in the frame that goes here, or like on this frame, I do kind of want it to match. So more of this reddish color will match him better. So it will still maintain those warm tones. So that's what's happening. Again, a lot of what this is kind of like trial and error, and I will try and I will fail infinite amount of times. So, and then the rectangle needs to change shape, colors to. Why is it not letting me? Oh, because it's locked. Yeah. There we go. So yeah, let's export this again. So export, let's not do quick PNG. Let's do a JPEG, high quality. Export to, call it stamp border test. Yeah, and do that. And then we're gonna move this out of the way. And I think I can like drag and drop this. Let me see. So the way I had to do, no, I can't. The way I had to connect the iPad is to mirror it as a second display, which is fine, but it also does something very annoying, which is do this stupid thing where like it locks and then it's actually like a second display, and boom, we're in Procreate. Where yeah, it kind of like locks itself and then I don't know how to explain it. But anyway, we're here. And we were talking about doing, let me have the reference pictures pulled up. Adding these kind of waffle-ish things to places like this, like these corners, and then add flourishes here in the corner, like in all four corners, do some webbing there, and do that. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do that on Procreate and see how that goes, because line work in Photoshop is kind of giving me like the creeps. And we could do this. We can do the drawing guide again. We can edit that and then like do this and rotate it. And then we can change that like that. And then we can have a simple grid. So for all of you that are still here and are joining me, I want to thank you so much for being here and watching me work. This has honestly been such a good experience to kind of keep myself motivated to work, and to share my work as well, which is a big kind of goal of mine. I think I mentioned it yesterday's stream, where I said that I really wish that more artists would share what they did. I think there's a lot of benefits to making art kind of open source. Watching other artists do. No, I need something like an inking pen. There's a lot of benefit to watching other artists do work. So that's kind of the idea. Why not start? Why not do that? And I know a lot of artists already do it, but I wish more did. I wish filmmakers more than anyone would kind of be open about the process and what they do, because it's such a like interesting art form where there's so many factors and forms involved, and there's processes that are so complicated and ever changing. And creating art is so cool. So I would love to like know the struggles, see like the minutia of creation, because we really do just get the final product and we don't get to see how the gravy gets made. And I would like to see how the gravy gets made every single time. So I kind of like that. It's looking kind of nice, but I'll add something like this in the corners, just to round it off a little bit. That's not looking very. So yeah, that's the idea with these streams. That's the idea with sharing the process with you all. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be. Let me turn off the drawing guide so I can see how it looks. Not my favorite. So I wanna like have another one of those here, and another one of those here, or maybe do one of these. Boom. And then there will be like that webbing there. Kind of. And then like the flourishes in the corner. Although I think in this corner I am gonna add like another square here. I don't know for what, but I think like the 5-cent thing. Like in the reference picture, like just like a cent thing, but I don't know yet. And then these corners, this is gonna be the interesting part, cause in let me pull up the other reference picture. Oh no, I hate that it does that. In this other reference picture, like there's like this singular border design, but this one's gonna have more. And the idea is to keep like motifs from around the film. So like the border is gonna be like the bird of paradise flower, hopefully, and then I want the corner to be something significant as well. Oh, bird in the corner. So yeah, something significant, and I was probably thinking like a spiral, as in like a shell. Do something like that. And this would all be like that, like filled up. Okay. So I want to continue working on this pattern. Let's turn on draw assist again, because that was the whole point. That was the whole point of today's stream, was to let's do symmetry. Actually, this time it might be helpful, because we could do something like that. Ooh, you see? So we could do something like this. Okay, I'm getting ideas. So this could be like the leaves. There's a stem. And then on either side, make a flower like that. Something like that. Do we like that? I could do a lot of, you're absolutely right. I could do a lot of parallel birds of paradise. My problem right now is I like the sizing of it. Again, if that makes sense, because I don't want it to, when like it's zoomed out or from apart, I don't want details to be lost. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna have to go a little bit bigger with it. But thank God for the symmetry tool. Because now we could do something like this. No, that doesn't look right. Do like a big leaf like this. Do another one like that. And then go big like that. Like that. No. The problem is gonna be those corner flourishes. What do you mean by making the border bigger? Or is, I think that, I mean, this frame is just still, and that's already looking like much better. And what I can do is, like, honestly, I could do like a flower coming from up top, and then a flower coming from a meeting in the middle. So there's like some empty spot here. You said you didn't want it to get lost because of the size. Yeah, I just want the, cause like okay, hold on. So going back here, this is how it would look on the film. So again, we like left this corner out here for whatever, and then this will be like readjust to be like inside. So honestly, it would look more like this. You just resize it to this. Yeah, it would look something more like that. And this would be how the film like actually looks, and there would be like that border around the film. So what I want, like, I just don't want those details to be so small, because we're like, obviously this is gonna be shown in multiple formats, but people won't be able to zoom into the design. So it just has to be like, it's like designing a logo. It just has to like work in many ways as possible, if that makes any sense. Let's see, we could try doing something like this. Yeah, exactly. It would be kind of like a wallpaper. So the only problem with the symmetry tool is that it doesn't leave a lot of space for like the birds of paradise, and they definitely have to be at an angle. So it'll have to be like this, and then like that. And this is all just like rough. I'm gonna try to take it back to what I had when we all liked it. I think I lost it. Okay, fuck. Whatever. I almost had it. So I'm really liking this like 3-leaf design. So I'm gonna like fill it in. A lot of this is temporary, but if I like it, it'll stay. Regardless, all of this is gonna have like a second pass. I mean, these are conversations that I do want to have with Ryan, because this is technically part of what she does. But I just kind of wanted to get a start on all of this because I have a lot of animation to do. Make it be like this. Now, what's inhibiting me? Shout out Ryan. For real. Dude. They look so silly. But does that Oh, I kind of like that. Again, I feel like it's might get lost a little bit. How are we feeling, chat? What happens if I turn off? What happens if I turn off the drawing guide? What happens if I do this? Okay. So it won't get lost. Okay, good. I think that's good, but I think you should keep it light in between that and parallel at the top. Like, can you elaborate on that a little bit, Ryan? I think I know where your head's at. This is like having a live work meeting. This is crazy. Oh, okay, so like if I do like let's say just like that looks ugly. Like 3 sets of plants here. Then we could copy this one like this. Wait, I think we could do it. Like, no, flip it like this. No. flip it like this, and then have this empty, or like do like little like other like little things like this. Like this is just an idea that looks like a propeller, but like keep it like light in the middle. I do like that. Then it won't look overly complicated. I do like that. That's a good idea. That's a fantastic idea. Thank you, Ryan. See, Ryan mentioned number 3 incoming. Production designer and professional, Ryan Scanlon. Everybody. Friend of the show, Ryan Scanlon. I do like that idea. So I think what I'm gonna do is like create these like stems or like flower designs happening at the bottom, and then I'll stretch it out a little bit so I can go on one side and another like up top like this, so I could have them exist like on their own sides, and then it'll go and like do like whatever it is, if that makes sense. But not get too high. It also seems that the draw assist only works on a specific layer. Oh, it's assisted. Yeah, there you go. So I'm gonna delete this one. Let's delete that one. Okay. And now I know how the assisted layers work. I haven't used Procreate in so long. So I'm gonna take away this guy and this guy and continue working on top of that. I'm gonna do like little leaves maybe in between, and then it can like become their own thing. Those are too little. Yeah, draw assist is kind of crazy, not gonna lie. Especially for someone that never gets anything like done right twice. Like I only always have one shot at doing things. Actually, this is starting to look awesome. I kind of like the way that's looking. And then after this, ooh, it's an interesting suggestion. Let's look at more references. Bird of Paradise seed pods. So like these kind of like four grooved, like four pronged, is that what you're referring to? Okay, I'm gonna go back to drawing, because I think there's a delay. So I like the way this is looking. Feel like I'm gonna like readjust something here real quick. are kind of looking like giraffes now. Actually, I'm gonna do this. No, I liked it better the other way. And then let's continue this up and continue that up and do like another one here. How high are we getting? Oh, not high at all. This one looks ugly. Let's get rid of that one. But yeah, I think it'll finish off with like separating is Lo-Fi Girl not working? Or is it annoying? Is it too loud? Yeah, I'm just realizing how low we are. Actually, let me do something. Let me actually duplicate this one and leave it out just in case I regret something. So I'm gonna try like a three like stage thing. Which actually would start here. So I'm gonna do so this is like up to here. This is gonna be leaves, because I think once this is like once this is reversed, I feel like there might like that's gonna reach like here ish, or maybe like a little bit lower, but around here, like around this area, and that leaves like this. So then there's like space here for whatever, if that makes sense. So like a 3 thing there. So I think that might work. I mean, these were cute. We have them saved if anything happens. But let me make them. a little bit bigger. Actually, no, it should be the opposite. That's looking a little weird. Okay. Let's go back. I forget how much, like, just like drawing anything takes so much time. And do kind of the heart motifs that we've been doing. I'm gonna take this one off. I feel like this one doesn't read as well. Here. We can adjust it a little bit. But I do kind of like the heart idea. And then have these be like more traditional leaves. And that's How are we feeling about this one? I feel like I had nailed it on the first try. I think I like the other ones more. But this definitely looks a little bit more like leaves-esque. But it just depends on like what I'm ultimately trying to achieve with this. I feel like that might be too many details. I like that. I really like that. The more I look at it, the more I like it. But that's also comparing it to this. That's so kind of like those three kind of looked very nice. But this looks a little bit more ornate. Okay, let's keep going then. What I'll do is, since this is like where it reaches that, I'm gonna duplicate this one. I'm gonna turn that one off. So let me start layering. We'll call this one leave. Design. Design one. And this one, turn that back on. Delete that up onto here, just so we can like stem it out from here. and then we'll just like do them on separate layers. So if we change our mind on like how that looks. I don't like how fuzzy this brush looks. But I can't do anything about that, can I? That's color dynamics, wet mix. I don't think does anything for that. It's all the blur and jitteriness, the rendering. I don't know enough about like how brushes work to do anything. Oh. No, because then I would have to edit the shape source. I'm sure there's like one that, but it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna get into that right now. So yeah. So the 3 different stages. So this is like leaves. Then I want to do like I guess like little like potlings like this or something like that. And then this is where I'll have like some of these like that. And then at this stage it'll be like one on one side and one on the other before like up top. Like that. Like it'll alternate. And then that should be pretty good, I think. Because then that's enough like blank space here in the center. I'm gonna switch the radio. I'm gonna go to Asian Lo-Fi because I want different vibe right now. Actually, that's not the vibe right now. So yeah, let's keep working on this. So I want to look at more reference of Birds of Paradise flowers to see where else I can get a little bit of inspiration from, because like it does have pollings that kind of will look like this. But I'm not sure how that looks, or if that's what I want to do. Because this one down here looks pretty nice. So then it would be like more leaves, and then like hanging off-ish, and then more leaves. But at this point, it's becoming so ornate, and the idea was to kind of keep it simple. For anyone still here, I really appreciate it. I'm sorry, I'm kind of like concentrated now. But I do thank you so much for still joining me. I'm just kind of figuring out what I kind of want to be doing with this one. I think we've made very good progress. On this stamp, I think I need to give my eyes a break for a moment, so I'm gonna take another pause on the stream for a little bit, just 5 minutes, and I'll be right back. Okay, I should be back. Hopefully. So I think we've done just enough for today. Looking at today's goals, we didn't finish the stamp, but we did a lot of good work on it. And we kept testing the live stream, and I think this one was pretty successful. I'm very glad with like all the engagement, all the conversations we had. Hopefully I can make this a little bit more entertaining for you guys, but that is tomorrow's job. So speaking of, we're going to look at what is on the to-do list for tomorrow and put that up as is tradition on our to-do. So let's scan that. So as you can see, I want to work on the Bolivar stamp asset. So take that stamp and work it, and continue working on the stamp order. And hopefully that's what we're gonna be doing this time or next time. So let's bring that in. Into Photoshop, so we can take away this nasty where is it? Take this off, and take this off, and take that off, and then scale it up. Scale it up like so. And then do a quick export as a PNG 0607, and then bring it to OBS like so, and do this. So those are our working goals for tomorrow. So I like having our little to-do list. It tells me everything we want to kind of accomplish. Gives you a little bit of a guide as well. Let's put it in here as well. It gives you a little guide of what we're trying to accomplish this time. And I didn't realize there was conflict with that, so let's put it like that. But yeah, I think that's gonna like wrap it up for today's live stream. I had a lot of fun kind of workshopping this live with all of you, and seeing how much progress we could get done on this, and just yeah, I think it's good to work in a space where you can see what I'm doing. Again, making art open source, not just for you, but for me. I learn as much, and I love talking about my work. I'm very proud of the work I'm doing. I don't know how many are left in the live stream, so I'll just say thank you to everyone who joined today. Thank you for all the feedback. Thank you for all the support. And I'm gonna give my my beautiful girlfriend one last shout out because she was so upset she didn't get one yesterday. But shout out to Andrea, my beautiful partner. Thank you for supporting me. Anyway, enough sappiness. Thank you so much for joining me today. I had a lot of fun. And let's keep on making this film. Have a good one.